Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to day one of Scrap-a-thon. That's what we're going to call this. And I'm going to be working with scraps all week because I have a huge box of them and there's just a whole lot of goodies in here. So yeah, we're going to work with some scraps. We're going to make some things. I'm going to look for projects because I actually don't know. Um, I don't really know what all is in here, and I think we can find some cool things to make besides maybe just cards and master boards. Maybe there's some fun projects and things that we can do. So, here is my pile of scraps, and it really is just that. Who knows what we'll find in here? I have a box that I keep in my craft room that I toss scraps into. And so I don't even know what we'll find in here, but it should be fun. So I'm going to sort through this and let people join in. And today, well, we'll just see what we get into. All right. So now typically with scraps, what I do is I just, basically kind of sort by size. And then I find colors that I think go well together. And that's kind of how I work. I also sort like focal points or elements separate. So like these are two elements. And this one, these could all be like clusters or focal points onto something. So I'll sort those out separately, these little stamped girls. Then otherwise I kind of work by size. So all these strips right here, I'm just going to kind of gather those up quickly. Some of them really could just go in the trash, but they are in my scrap pile. I guess it might be a bit of a scrappy week, because after Thanksgiving, we have a lot of scraps too, right? So, leftovers. We call them leftovers, but they're really scraps. Okay, this is from a lemonade banner that Sparkle Heart made this summer. Looks like I have some foiling pieces in here. I don't know where these are from. This is me trying to foil a stamp one time. I don't know where these carnival ones are from, but they're super cute. They'd be really good just like journaling cards or card fronts or whatever. Let's put those over there. Oh, this looks like something I made with scraps already. Oh, it's a little like fold out journaling spot for a journal. Okay, that's an idea. Oh, a journaling card. Well, what do you know? We've got some things in here. I always do like to make these pockets with my scraps too. We could make some of these. They go great. It's kind of like a library pocket, but they go great inside a journal, or you could put them in a card. This could be the card. Okay, so I hope you all are doing well, that you all had a nice weekend. By the way, Young Z is doing better. So the medication is working, and that is excellent. And the prayers. So thank you guys so much. So glad about that. Hello, Mr. Downs. How are you? Hi, Esther. Well, hello, Michelle. Hello, hello. Hey, Beth. Beth, I've been watching your series and catching them almost every day. It's been really fun. And if you want to come on here and work with scraps this week, you just let me know. It'll be this early hour. Not everyone's up for that, but I think you would be. I could be wrong. But I think so. Okay, sorting, sorting, sorting. See, these are all like kind of like little focal point parts. So those will all go in here into that one pile. Then I'm going to put this in with the strips. Some of these, it's like, really, Bitty Penny, did you need to save that? Really? Do you know how many scraps you have, girlfriend? Guys, I'm still painting faces. This is the face I painted yesterday. My favorite thing about this face is the eyes and the hair. I modeled her hair after my daughter's, and I love her eyes too. That's my favorite thing about that face in particular, but I'm still painting faces. I'm painting faces every day this month. Okay, here's some bigger pieces and plenty of those strips still. And you know what though, it's just that the strips have so much potential, so I don't throw them out. Hello, Angie. I have been so enjoying your Advent. Thank you so much for thinking in me in such a kind and generous way. I am loving it. Maybe I was thinking we'll pull something from the Advent to put onto our scrappy cards today. All right, let me get these sorted out. I think I have some master boards down at the bottom of this pile, by the way. These are some scrumptious scraps, I will tell you that. And that's how I get stuck holding on to scraps of paper. Plus, these are big. There's a lot of potential in a big piece of paper. This is one of my favorite pieces of paper in my stash. I don't know if I've put any away, but usually my favorite papers, I do try to use them. I try not to hoard them, but I'll take a scrap like this and put it in my journal. So we'll tuck it in right there. I can do something better with it later, but for now, that'll do. Oh, good. More focal points. See, with all of this in my scrap pile, I probably won't have to pull much in. There's a index card we can work with, and more of these scraps. I think I must have been making a journal with all of these. Oh, some book pages, some chipboard. See, this chipboard is good though for like the spine of a journal. So that's why I hold on to it, because that can totally work for the spine of a journal. All right. One thing I need is ATC cards for my purse. So I was thinking about making some artist trading cards from scraps, because I don't have any in my purse right now. And I do like to hold on to them because, you know, sometimes you run into people and they just give you really good service, or they're having a hard day. It's nice to be able to reach in and pull a card out. Okay, those are just white. Put those right there. Love the flowers hidden in the pile. Yeah, I'm telling you, my scrap piles could have just about anything in there. Especially my big scrap box. Oh, I love these sentiments. So I'm so glad those were in there. Those are from Red Lead Paperworks. Feels like a Red Lead Paperworks time these last couple of days. Chipboard. All right. These flowers, by the way, Angie, are from Sweet Pea Curiosities. It's called Mixed Media Flowers, and you get bukus of them. Are y'all ready for Thanksgiving? Have you prepared? Be prepared. I think we're ready. I'm taking it easy this year. I bought the pies. I'm not making the pies. I usually make my cranberry sauce from scratch, the pies. I will be baking cookies. I had a request from Dr. Shrub. Can you make me cookies? Yes, I can do that. But I bought my cranberry sauce. I bought my pies. Now, my cranberry sauce is always spiked with some jalapenos. Do y'all like spicy cranberry sauce? I do. I like it with jalapenos in it. I might even put jalapenos in my dressing. Are y'all stuffing or dressing people? I'm a dressing girly. But in this family, we all like a little heat, so I think we can all handle some jalapenos in the mix. No one's going to be upset about that. And hey, we're in Central Texas. It's just how we get down here. All right. Obviously some journal scraps. We're almost at the end of this pile. Can you imagine? I have a whole box of this stuff. Ooh, Star Wars poster from a Cheerios box. Don't know what those are. Those are like a flag. Just somewhere. Thailand? Somebody want to look that? I think that's Thailand. What kind of cookies? Well, I made him snickerdoodle for his birthday. He's really wanting thumbprint cookies. Are you familiar with those, Jason, or anybody else? I was explaining to him, they're called thumbprint cookies because you use your thumb to make an indentation before you bake them, and then you bake them. Oh, I have a Christmas tag. Did y'all see Desiree's tags yesterday? Oh my gosh. I had to leave a Star Wars card. You know, Jason, great minds. But I think the scale of it's too big to make a card. I'll unfold it. We can take a look. Oh, look. Those are Salah's flowers. She made a flower printable one time when she was going to be on with me, which is really sweet. I'm pretty sure it was a freebie that everybody could get. It's probably still available in her shop. Let's take a look at the scale. Anyways, so thumbprint cookies is on deck. And then probably also some other kind. Oatmeal or more flowers. Something like that. The monarchs are still here. Hi, Native Floridian. 2 thumbs up for thumbprint cookies. You like them too? He loves them. He loves them. For his birthday, a couple of times, we've done cookie buffets. So I just make like 5, 6, 7 kinds of cookies, and he loves that. And thumbprints is always in there. Okay, so thank you for being patient. My scraps are sorted. These are the biggest ones, and then I have a whole mess around me of all the other sizes. Look what was in here. These envelopes. You can maybe make little journals. I always see people use these in their full size, but why not cut them in half or fold them in half? Ooh, what if we make those wallets like T sent me? And make like little ephemera wallets and just fold them in half. Ooh, yeah, we'll do some of that too. I don't know if T would want to be on here with me this week, but I think we're too early for her. She likes to sleep in. She's retired. But she could show us how to do that. We might make them today. All right. So this isn't cheating. This was just what I did with my scraps at first. I made master boards. So I use a calendar. Oh, Cece's birthday and Cece's birthday party. So yeah, I just used an old calendar. So we're, about to have my little Texas hibiscus seed is going to get destroyed on this desk this morning. save those old calendars that you're about to be done with, you know, it's the last month of the year. Save them and you can do master boards on them with your scraps. So see, I have more. These were the funny dog meme ones. That's it. I've used all the other ones. But hold on to those calendars. So already I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 master boards. Yay! Hey, Flo. How's everybody doing? You like whatever's not in the bird. I don't stuff the bird. For one thing, Dr. Shrub, a couple of years ago, because he's the turkey man, he started doing a deconstructed bird. So we don't have the big pretty bird at the end of the day. We have this flattened, butchered bird. I don't know. He has some way of butterflying the bird, and then he bakes it butterflied. It's all together, but it's butterflied, and it's flattened on the tray, and basically it bakes juicier and faster that way. So yeah, we don't have the big round turkey at the end of the day. All right, we're just going to start with the wallet because I got really excited about that, and I haven't gotten really excited about anything else. So we're going to start with the wallet. So T sent me one of these, and I adore it so much. The one she sent me is kind of like a samurai Japanese themed one, and I saw her making it, and I could not believe that she sent it to me. But it's in a home where it's loved and adored. Even Dr. Sharp thought it was super cool. Oh, Jason, I said we would unfold that Star Wars. Let me do that. I just cut that off because all it's going to do is get in the way. Okay, and this is apparently, if I fold it like that, that's going to be the back. What if I fold it like this? Somewhat straight. And it's on the inside. That works for me. Or I could fold it like this. We can seal up the bottom and open up the top. That's another option if you wanted this on the front, which it is pretty cool on the front. I don't know how many of these envelopes have windows. Let's take a look. And then we can do options. Ooh, ooh. Look at that one. Fancy. Fancy, fancy. Big fat window. Oh, gosh, I think all these have windows. So we're good. We can do these a few ways. And then also, I want to make some ATC cards. Also, this live might not be like as short as it usually is, but it might not be that much longer either. I don't really know. Just hang out with me if you've got the patience and the time. And if you don't, because you need to work, I understand. Or maybe you don't have the patience. I know we won't make all of these today, but I'm just checking out my windows. All right, I'll just save all these others. Because I also want to make a small mini journal. Okay, time for Post-it notes. Or I'll keep tracking my journal. TCB, taking care of business. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning. Let's find a blank page that I can write in. I can write on this page because I think it's next. All right. Oh my goodness, we saw Wicked 2 last night. I And young Z felt good enough to join us, which delighted my heart in every possible way. And we all enjoyed it. I think I actually liked it better than the first movie. And Dr. Shrub did too. Sparkleheart liked the first one better. So I will say it was mixed reviews, but enjoyed it. Okay, Thanksgiving Scrap-a-thon. Here we go. Wallets. ATC cards. We've already done master boards. I mean, many times, but we may end up doing more, but we'll see. Mini journals with the, see, because I almost forgot it again. Mini journals with junk envelopes. Running out of paper to write. What else should I make? Y'all want to throw out ideas and I'll write them down? What do you want to see me work on? Definitely cards. Like, hello. Also, today, one thing I'm going to do today when I get off work is, first of all, I only have to work 8-hour days this week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It's going to feel like I'm on vacation because I'm typically working 10 to 12 hours a day. Oh, yummy. Vicky, that still sounds awesome. Vicky, did y'all make the cards, and what was your granddaughter gonna make? Gosh, it left me. She was gonna make, you were gonna make something fun with her too. Like your grandson was making cards and she was making, candy wrapper stuff for her friends. Wrapped candies. This is cool. This little parchment envelope. Oh, you know what else we can do with our scraps? Mix them with our dies. We can die cut scraps. So things like ovals and doilies and shapes. Shapes are great with your die, with your scraps. She is super grandma. She's super everything. I mean, she's super supporter here and friend of our channel. Nail file holders, that's what it was. She does so much for her community, and then she's really involved with her family. Vicky, you are an example to us all. Good morning, Miss Paula Rice. Guess what? I don't like any of the cards I made on Saturday, and I'm not submitting that card to Craft Roulette because I don't like it. So I'm not doing it. If I make another one before Thursday, great. If not, I tried. But yeah, no, I just didn't like my cards the other day. I really don't like any of them. I guess this is the best one. But they're all just kind of a mess. I shouldn't have been crafting, evidently. And I didn't craft after that. I just left the room after that and went and took care of my son. And did laundry and played housewife. Okay. First, wallets. Did I even write wallets down? I did. I wrote wallets down. Okay, let's make, and it could also be a mini journal, but let's make one of these wallets. Okay, just pick an envelope, any envelope, Bitty Penny. All right. And we have the one that we prepped where I cut that piece off. It's right here. All right, let's turn this into something. I definitely don't want that on the back. If I left it like this so that the opening was at the top, then my window would be on the back. That's kind of lame. So I could turn it like this, and that way the window can be on the front. I think that's what I want to do. We'll put something on the inside and then seal it. And then I'll cut a little slit across the top. All right. Now, I don't know if y'all will remember, it was quite some time ago, but I do like covering my envelopes with a napkin so I don't have to go in between and all these spaces. But because we have this pile of strips, I think we'll be fine. We won't even have to look at that. I don't even have to cut anything necessarily, like just the end off. So this poor little seed's just going everywhere. Guess you have to start over. Yeah, think so. Let's just forget I almost deleted it. It was like, I don't know if people need to. I want to watch that. Ooh, this one's better. This one's better because it's pretty and it doesn't show a gap between the lines. See, this one kind of, not that that's a problem, but this one's just better. Man, I'm going to hold on though. I'm going to do the sides too. I had such a funky dream last night, y'all. I was in another country with my family. And it was a country of like canals. So there were just like waterways everywhere. And you travel by boat. And most of the boats were kind of like canoes. And it was beautiful. Well, then I kind of cycled through like all these people I kept running into were like people of my past. And they were kind of a mess. And it was all just a little bit of a mess. It was one of those dreams that's a little bit exhausting. I was glad when I woke up and had it behind me. Ooh, looky there. I think we can do that. Now, what are we going to do with all this stuff over here on this side? See, this is why I like to just cover it with a napkin and be done with it, because this is a little too fiddly for yours truly. I know some people enjoy this process. Not this person. Okay, got my top and bottom done. Let's get the sides done. Good thing there's only one window side, though. The rest of the sides will be easy and quick. I think we're just going to do it like that and call it a day. Okay. Whoa, just throw that anywhere. Hi, John Pounds. Here's the funny thing about those cards that I made and I didn't like. If somebody else had made them for me, I would love them. But isn't that funny? Like, we have different standards for others than we have for ourselves. Oh, let's go ahead and cut the top. So I'm just going to cut ever so slightly. All right. There we go. Yeah, I saw the monarchs yesterday. They were having a good old time in my lantana, which is a flowering plant. Oh man, Princess Buttercup Blossom. My mom's dog. That Sparkle Heart named. But we just call her Blossom or Buttercup. Princess is just on the vet. The vet bill. Anyways, she slept with Enzy last night, young Z. And she slept through the night. That dog has never once slept through the night. because my mom doesn't sleep through the night. So she's kind of been trained to get up in the middle of the night, eat, hang out, watch something, and then go back to bed. My mom's been doing that like my whole life. And so now her dog does it. Not last night. I can't wait to tell her when I talk to her today that her dog actually slept through the night with young Z. No, though we do love Princess Bride in this household very much so. No, it's just Sparkleheart was, well, first of all, Grandma said, hey, I'm going to get a new dog. You guys can name her if you want. And Sparkleheart said, I want to name her Buttercup because that's my favorite flower. That's her favorite wildflower, is the buttercups. And so actually when we went and picked out Blossom, I call her Blossom. When we went and picked her, she was in a litter, and she's a beautiful, I should have pictures on my phone. But she's just this really beautiful dog that has tan patches around her eyes and on her head and everything. And so we picked her because she fit the Buttercup name, because Sparkleheart had already decided whatever dog Grandma got that day, its name was going to be Buttercup. It didn't matter what color it was, what it looked like, anything. I love lantanas too, Paula Rice. We have them in different colors because, you know, they come in different varieties. Anyway, so we picked Buttercup based on the fact that she had buttercup coloration. That's how we chose her. Ooh, that's gonna work just fine. We need maybe a little strip to go down here, but we have plenty of those. Plenty. She's such a good girl, though. She is a joy to have around. We always kind of, at least young Z and I always want to keep her. We don't want to send her home. And she and Fazzy are getting along better this time. Now, Buttercup is 100% submissive to Faz. Very sweet, very gentle. She's the most gentle dog I've ever known or had. Buttercup is. Fazzy is a spoiled brat who's used to all the attention and all the love and doesn't want to share it with anybody. I love her to pieces. But that's just how she acts around Buttercup. But not this time. She's being better. She did growl under her breath at her yesterday, and I told her, don't do that. But it was funny because my mom has a second dog, but that dog's traveling with her. That's Fendi. And when Fendi and Blossom came to stay last time, because they have a sisterhood, they were kind of not ganging up on Faz, but definitely Buttercup's like, well, you're not going to mess with me now because I got my sister. And she definitely watched Faz, Buttercup did, a lot more closely because she didn't want her mistreating her sister. It was a real interesting dynamic. Real interesting. Right? We all wish Vicky was our grandma. Okay, we've got a front and a back. Now, let's take care of the inside. So I think what I'm going to do is cover the inside and then do like little pockets for it. This is not going to be as dynamic as Tease. Tease was next level. But it's really working out with these scraps that I had. It's really working out quite nicely. Buttercup, were your ears burning? One of the things I'm going to do today is actually go through all my old books that have been given to me for junk journals. There, I just wanted that to be tapered. And I'm going to get rid of a bunch of books. I'm going to cut them up, take the covers and take out the pages and make room on my shelf for my art books, because I have more art books, reference books that I really need and want. And I'm not doing that much junk journaling right now, so I really don't need all those other ones just taking up space. I got to be selective. And I think I'll just sell those pages and make like some journaling kits with them from the books that I cut up on the shelf. And they're not really something like, I can't really donate them because nobody wants them. I know that no one wants them because they were given to me by a thrift store. Instead of throwing them in the trash, I was given them. So even if I cut them up, they're still being rescued. All right, now let's make sure this is glued down. I'm just going to add another layer of glue here. Spellbinders. Dun, da, da, da. Linda Gorman, hello. Don't watch Saturday's game, Jason. Who? Between who? Was it the Buckeyes? I don't know. That's like the only college team I know. I mean, the Longhorns, because they're local, but that's about the extent of it. I know the colleges, I just don't know their mascots. I even lived in Auburn, Alabama, and I still don't know football. I know Taylor Swift's boyfriend plays for the Chiefs, and that's Mary's team. And that's just about it. That's my knowledge of football. I think I like this one better. See, and I'm just using scraps. I think that's the only way I could mess around with these envelopes. They're a little too fiddly for me. I think Jill's been playing with envelopes. Jill, if you have ideas for envelopes, let me know. Ooh, lucky. That was the perfect cut. Aw, Vicki, you're going to be their honorary grandma. I didn't even want to be old enough to be a grandma, but here I am. Flo. Yeah. Yeah. I've got to get on some weight training because forever I was super muscular. Even in my 30s, I was really quite muscular, and I am nothing but a fluff ball. And that's not going to get any better as I age. We have a weight machine like a home workout weight machine that you can do all the exercises on. I just need to use it. We bought it last year. Okay, look, we have a wallet started. Dun, 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 dun. Star Wars. Let's look at that poster, Jason. Could I turn this into a card? Oh, it's so cool. I don't want to. I might hang it in my craft room just to be inspired by it. TIE fighters. Pretty cool. I thought I had another one too. With the good guys, with the Jedis. These were in cereal boxes. And you know we bought them. Ooh, good question. Angie, I want to know the answer to that. Did y'all get a Bira Bira? I'm telling you, there's no turning back. Oh. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I see your answer. You don't have to answer me. The Bira Bira, though, not to, you know, maybe you got just the right machine for you. But it's adjustable. It's just, and it cuts, and like for me, especially because I'm having problems with my wrists lately, I can still crank that machine because it's so easy to crank. It doesn't get the tension in it that the other machines get. And you don't have that weird like popping and, you know, where you think you've just broken everything. It doesn't have all of that. But I hope you love what you got. Okay. I'm wondering about this flower. The weekend was a marathon, but you survived. Oh, well, I'm glad you survived, Bethany. Yeah, weekends can be that way. Sometimes, I think this is going to go right back here. Sometimes it feels good to have a break from your weekend. That's for sure. Yesterday in the morning, I had to leave. I was hanging out in Desiree's live, but I had to leave because we had placed an order and I needed to go pick it up. So Sparkle Heart, and it was for Sparkle Heart. We, you know, get ready, and I was like, let me check my email just to make sure they didn't cancel the order, because it had said that they only had one of these Advents left. And I was like, anytime there's only one in stock, chances are you might not get it because there's theft, and you know, inventory can just get off by one real easily. So anytime you're shopping and there's only one in stock, you can't hang your hopes on it, because many times your order will be canceled or it won't be there. And so I checked my email, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So I said, don't worry, I'll take you to the store and we'll see if there's a different one. And she got the last one, not the one she wanted, but the last one of a backup choice. And it wasn't even where the Advents were, you know, it was on some random shelf. I was like, well, that was meant to be. I really like this flower in the mix, but it also kind of completely covers that window. This may become a journal instead of a wallet for ephemera, because then I have to figure out what the ephemera is that I'd be sticking in here. So I may just turn this into a journal. We'll see. Possibilities are endless. I'm just going to kind of stick this down for now, like so. Okay. Oop, take that off. Oh, Nebraska to Penn State. Cool. I know nothing about it, but cool, cool. See, I think this would be better. You know which windows I think I would like if I was playing with these windowed, are these big ones, because then I could put that like in the window. I can't really put this in the window because it's going to cut her off. She's going to look like she's in prison. We don't want that. We don't want that for her. What are our other options? Here's one that's cut down a little more and I can show you. It's not really going to work for me. Well, if I trim her down just a little bit, it might be okay. It could be a tag that sticks out of the top. We don't want any incarcerated honeys in our journal. War Eagle. Is that the Nebraska mascot, the War Eagles? Ooh, that is a beautiful piece of paper. I know it's only that big, but that is pretty. She might be able to work as a tag in this situation. Let's back her with some paper, make her a little stronger. Toughen her up. This paper is super thick. I don't know if it's white enough. Ooh, it is. That'll work. This is like a poster board. It's so thick. Jill is getting herself ready for the day. She actually slept in. Well, good for her. I heard you guys had a nice family Thanksgiving gathering. Went for the stroll and at the park where the kids played on the playground. That sounds lovely. Really lovely. A family that strolls together stays together, you know. It's just so good for you. All right. We need to do it more. That'll work. Let's glue it together. This is quite the little project. I definitely think that we should just turn it into a journal and just be done with it. Like, might as well make something kind of substantial from it. It'd be like a little wallet journal. I need to clean my glue bottle. There it is. It's like, I know I have a second one. Okay. Yes, thank you guys for all the prayers. I told Young C, I said, I did share with people that you're very sick and we could use their prayers. And they've been praying for you. And just so you know, NZ is a very devout Christian. So that meant a lot to him to hear that and know that. He has been, you guys, since he was 3. My mom thinks he'll be a pastor one day. I don't know about that. But maybe, I don't know. Grandma, she's usually right. And she thinks Sparkle Heart will be a teacher. She could be right. I'm not going to tell her she's wrong. That is not a good thing. All right. I need to clean this. Not over my project. We had a bunch of tea-dyed paper, but I don't think any of it was big enough to make journal pages from. I'm not sure. I might have to go grab another handful of scraps so that we can fill the pages of this journal. Now I have to look up Bira Bira. Oh, I didn't know, John, y'all were buying a new die cutting machine. I would have totally told you to get it. It's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. All right. So now we have this little lovely to stick in there like that. I want to do something. I don't know if ink blending alone or if I just want to fold over a piece of paper right here or some faux vintage tape. But now let's put some pages in here. I have this. This was a scrap. And I think we can get a couple of pages out of this. I haven't had the best of luck with the brand you got, but I hope that you do. Other people have luck with it. I've bought 3 of their machines and they've all not worked. I hope that's not the experience that you guys have. I just don't know why I've had that experience. I know at that point you're like, it's got to be operator error, but it's really not. Not this time. Sometimes, but not this time. All right. That one scrap gave us 2 pages for this little journal. Oh, we also have a lightsaber canvas art. Nice. 2 Yoda lamps, 2 giant Yoda storage bins, 2 R2-D2 figurines, a baby Yoda piggy bank, and about 4 more Yoda stuffies. Just off the top of my head. There's more. We love Star Wars around here too, Bethany. I could have rattled off things like that at one time, for sure. Okay. Not so much anymore, but definitely at one time. I think we can make this one work too. Geez, these scraps of paper have just been perfect, you guys. So basically, if you make an 8.5 by 11 journal and you cut your paper down from a 12 by 12, these are the scraps you will have. And they'll work great for these little business size envelopes. Who knew? Not me. Not me. All right. So now these have 3 pages. Ooh, we can put some sheet music in there. Ooh, I don't even have to cut it. So yeah, let's do that. I think that's enough because it's just a little journal. So I don't think we need to overdo it on the pages. Let's do it that way. There we go. See? Like a glove. Let's sew it in. Oh, except for let's flip this page. All right, now let's sew it in. And we will have made a little journal with our nothing but scraps. Let the paper do the talking. That's right, John. That is right. Oh, Delise was asking me, Stamper Girl, the other day, yesterday in Desiree's live, when are you going to do your D-stash? I keep checking every day. I promise I will tell you guys, but there's going to be like 100 stamp sets, basically. I'm getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff because I do just like to play with paper for the most part, and it's just a different kind of stamp. I really like the rubber stamps that are more detailed rather than the cutesy stamps that are not detailed. It's just who I've become, and so I'm getting rid of all of the other stuff, all the stuff that doesn't fit in that category. Let's see. Let's do this color. Yeah, so Sparkle Heart's going to help me with that this week. I think that'll be enough. I need help. Like, I'm going to pull everything out of the cabinet. She's going to put sticker numbers on them and photograph them and list them. So, and she knows how to do it because she did it for me last time. But I will come back on and share that D-stash with y'all. And I'm going to price it the way I always have. If it's a stamp set by itself, it's $5. If it's a die set by itself, it's $5. If it's a stamp and die together, it's $10. And that's how I do it. Nice and easy. Now, I'll have her put the name of, like, said item, like the brand and the name of it, so that you can look it up for examples if you want. You know, if we put a lawn fawn whatever, then you can look up lawn fawn and whatever the name of the stamp set is and get some inspo that way. Bam, bam. We have a journal, a little wallet journal. These are actually pretty great. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Gosh, at this rate, can be just be making journals all day. So this is a tuck spot. That's why I didn't glue it down all the way. You could tuck something in there. This also now is 2 different tuck spots because I sewed my signature in. So that's 2 pockets. And just a few little pages. enough for a journal of this size. Definitely enough pages for a journal of this size. No, Nebraska is the Cornhuskers. Auburn is the War Eagle. Yeah, see, I had no clue. No clue at all. Clueless. All right. I'm going to add some faux Timmy tape to the spine. Well, this isn't faux Timmy tape. This is faux vintage tape from Timmy. All right. I don't know. I just want to. There's not a reason. It's not like going to make it more structurally sound or do anything other than make me happy. Yep, I like it. There we go. I could add a little pocket back here. If we wanted to. Yeah, John, how was the craft fair? And Jason, oh wait, I'm learning that a card can be made out of an envelope. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Should we do that? Should we make a card out of an envelope? I mean, you could totally do that. Hold on, I've got to find where this needle goes because there's a haystack. There's about 4,000 haystacks in my craft room right now. We have struggled to trace our origins to Italy. This is from Bethany. But we think there's African mixed in our heritage, so near the bottom of the foot, near the seaport of honorary family. Okay. What does young Z think about becoming a pastor? Well, he has asked about it when he was younger, and we talked about it. But he hasn't, I don't think he's thought about it in a while. But yeah, he had questions. He was curious. Okay, so that one's done. Next. Envelope. Okay. Should we just make another journal? We could definitely make this into a card, Jason. We can make it into a card. Doesn't have to be a journal. I do like this little journal. Needs a piece of ephemera back here now. I've got this parchment envelope. Doesn't have anything in it. That could work. Kind of needs something in a couple of places. Needs something up here and down here. Looking to see if I had tags. Ooh, these girls are cute for this journal. Since we got that lady on the front. Something like that. All right. Next. All right. More strips of paper. I heard you say the strength training earlier to start my workouts again. COVID in September shut me down. Ooh, yeah. John, I've had some nasty rounds with COVID. It will shut you down. 10 has come back. I know. It's hard to lose and easy to gain. Sadly enough. All right, this one's got all the drama with these pieces. Not bad, not bad. We'll go for it. These two pieces aren't really doing anything for me. But I think I have to use one of them because I don't think I have any more. Ooh, wait, that one. Okay. What's that little thing? Okay. Nope, it really does go like that. Alrighty then. Let's do something like this. That makes me happier. The gray at the top and the bottom instead of, because this cream is kind of off from everything else. I think it should be in the middle. And I think what I'll do this time is bend these over the edge this way. And they'll help reinforce that spine too. Okay, let's just trim off the rough part. What does young, okay. My husband, grandfather came to the US from Italy at age 7. Wow. Jason, you're funny. Oh yeah, this is going to be a card. See, I was thinking we don't need it to fold over because this is going to be I forgot. We're making a card. Oh wow, Bethany, that is so cool. Before my father passed, we gifted, because all, my husband's parents and my parents, on the same Christmas, we gifted them all Ancestry.com DNA kits. I knew my father was, he passed February 2nd, so I knew it was close. So we gifted them DNA kits. And our family's been in America for some time. Now, the really weird part of it all is that my grandmother's family is Choctaw. They're on the scrolls as being Choctaw. They have some Choctaw. Now, like, it was, my grandmother's father was a quarter. So, I mean, I'm watered down. But that didn't show up. And I haven't checked, but the weird thing is that it, like, when you do one of those DNA kits, I don't know if y'all have done them, but like you'll get updates and they'll totally change whatever your heritage was. And that's what I've found, is that it changes. They said that it changes because they get more information as more people do it, and they're able to better narrow things down. But I think that's where, like, it's important to pass down your family's stories, because you won't be able to rely on those DNA things. I did some research because I was like, how in the world, because my mom went to school on a reservation until she was 8 or 9. A little one-room schoolhouse for all ages. Anyways, so I did some research, and apparently those DNA kits, they said you have to take it with a grain of salt because basically it's like if you tried to sample the ocean from a drop or two and quantify what makes up the ocean from a drop or two, which I don't think any of us would try that, right? Like the ocean is so vast, you couldn't quantify what makes it up by a drop or two. And that's how I understand that those DNA kits are. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that makes a little more sense as to why, like, that heritage would not show up. But it may have now. I'm not sure. I haven't kept up with it. I had to add a little extra down here. All right. And now this part's a little bit off. I could ink blend that. It's just like, geez, why is it supposed to be a card? There. I'm just going to do that. That'll fix it. All right. Now what are we going to put in this? This is a card. Well, shucks. I should have trimmed off the top before I put the paper on it. Oh, wait, I don't need to trim it. I can insert, if I want to put something back here, I can do it right back here. Okay. I don't think these girls are going to work. Well, bring out the samples that I have. Could put a Desiree Tangle on the inside. Jim's here. Hi, Jim. Oh, good job, John. He got his Christmas lights put up. Hello, Kim. We need to get all of our stuff up. He'll be watching for the great D-stash for sure, Paula. Yes, I will let you guys know as soon as it's live. I will come on. I will show you what's in it. And, you know, let you know. It'll probably be the last one of its kind. Because I'm kind of getting rid of the last of the stuff that just doesn't serve me anymore. All right, so we've got this really interesting color thing going on. I really like this image. You have to look closely to tell what it is, but it's a girl reading a book in a meadow. Okay, I think I might have to bring in some stamps or something because we just don't have any star power here. I need star power. Oh, wait. This girl and her Pomeranian might be just the star I was looking for. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. And she's like, you better call Tyrone. Let's put this in here. See what it looks like. This is from my friend Devin Rex for Art. This is her telephone stamp. Stamped in gold on black tissue. Can you tell it's a telephone? Yeah, I think so. And then she could go right here. I think you can tell it's a telephone. And then we could put a sentiment right here or somewhere. Are y'all with me? Best friend. Hello, friend. I mean, you can barely tell it's a telephone only because it's behind so many layers. But hello, friend would work. Art sister, thank you. Stamp girl, best friend. Oh, thanks, Jason. That's really sweet of you. Hi, Lori. It was packed Sunday. Which show are y'all going to, Jim? At the Rochester, New York Science Center Craft Show. You like mine better, Jim. You're too sweet. You're too kind. I do want to get back out there with my stuff and do art fairs and art shows. I think we're going to do Hello Friend. Because there's a telephone. I just think it makes sense. And then she's holding her. One of her besties. But she might be calling her other bestie. Hello, friend. All right. So this is going to be a card. Jason's idea. Hi, Karen. I have a patch of nappy hair. OMG, Bethany. I am so glad you said that. Oh, I have to tell y'all something. Okay, so I have cut my hair for years. All right. Well, before Paper Ganza, actually before my last conference, my bestie came into town. She was passing through and I said, hey, I've been kind of wanting to be a blonde. And she like runs like 60 salons across the nation. Like she's in the industry, right? So anyways, I'm like, I need a haircut and I've been thinking about being a blonde. I was going to make an appointment, but since you're in town, and she's like, yeah, girl, I got you. So we went to Sally Beauty. We got the stuff. She did my hair and then headed out of town. Well, it got crispy, okay? A little too crispy. And I've been battling it ever since June, the crispiness. So, it really is driving me crazy at this point. It's growing out and I don't want to cut it off short because I just don't have the jawline for that anymore. I used to have short hair. I used to be bald and loved it. Like I would shave my head without a guard. But I was 110 pounds sopping wet back then. It was different. I don't do that anymore. Anyways, so I don't want it super short the way I used to wear it. Under those circumstances, I would have just shaved it all off and started over. Anywho, so I'm trying to keep my hair intact and just let it grow out. Well, I was on the phone with my mom the other day and I walked into the bathroom and I pulled out my scissors, my hair cutting scissors, and I just started cutting my hair. I was like, I cannot take this anymore because I had reached back to put it in a clip and I've been wearing it in a clip for months because I don't like its condition and everything. I don't know if that color doesn't really go. need to find a color that goes with this better. Anyways, so while I was on the phone with my mom, these are too narrow. I just started chopping my hair. Oh, this piece is about right. Oh, that one will work. Let's use that for the back of the card. So I just started chopping the ends off. No real order. I didn't even make sure my hair was straight. It was dry. And I just went for it and started cutting my hair. Well, I knew I'd done a poor job. No one needed to tell me that. I was quite sure of it. But hey, it didn't feel dry and crispy anymore. Anyway, so I go ahead and I put it back up in a clip and I go about my business. And then the kids come home from school and I told Sparkleheart, hey, I did a terrible job cutting my hair today. And she's like, well, you know, I have to see it now. And I'm like, yeah. I pull it out of my clip and she just started laughing. And she was like, were you going for, what did she call me? An aristocrat from 1836. Were you going for Mel Christina? I can't even say it. Aristocrat of 1836. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly the look I was going for. She was like, well, you nailed it. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to have a proper haircut one of these days. And someone's going to get back there and they're going to be like, oh, poor child. Who cut your hair? And I'll be like, me. I did look in the mirror, and that's how I knew I'd done a really bad job, because I was on the phone with my mom and wasn't trying. I just had to get that crispy feeling off the ends of my hair. And I was just Edward Scissorhandsing that situation. You know, but it's just hair. It'll grow back. I'm not worried about it. It doesn't feel crispy anymore, which is what was bothering me most. Okay, let's glue this part down. Now this is tissue, so we need to use a glue stick. So yours truly looks like an aristocrat from 1836, not a female. You know, you only live once, so have fun, right? Give yourself a bad haircut. Why not? It'll grow. Granted, when I was younger, my hair used to grow a lot faster than it does these days. Oh, almost got it. Let's move this over. I was proud of her for coming up with that, by the way. I was not insulted at all. I was like, oh, good one. Okay, we're going to have to take a little black marker to that edge because I wasn't able to move that telephone over. It's no problem. I got black markers. I do know how to cut my hair. I just didn't care that day. The only thing I cared about was not feeling crispy. Yeah, that'll work. I hope I haven't wasted y'all's time this morning. I hope you've enjoyed this scrappy little session. Let's make a few ATCs and I'll let you go. So looky there. Thanks to Jason, I made a card. Yes, we have to address the inside, but we have the making of a card. Free haircuts. Come on over. Are you wanting to feel more like an aristocrat from 1836? Come on down. I've got scissors. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm using, so Karen, we also made a little journal out of an envelope today too. See? She's imprisoned. She's sad about it. But yes, made a little journal today too. It's got, if we count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 pages. Because you just take the single number of pages and multiply by 4. So there's 5 pages in here. So 5 times 4, 20. You got 20 pages in that little journal made from an envelope. And now we're making a card because Jason suggested a card. He said, I didn't know you can make a card out of an envelope, but well, I didn't either, Jason. Let's do it. I mean, it makes sense. Totally can do that. What do y'all think? The orange? Yeah, I think the orange is the right choice here in this situation. I've always get nervous cutting my own bangs. Oh yeah. Bangs, I would say, honestly, are the hardest, Bethany, because, you know, it's the money shot. It's the front of your face. It's hard to hide a bad bang haircut. But anybody could give you bad bangs. Sorry. That's not going to help you. I'm sorry I said that. But the good thing is that they grow quick, right? It's one of those things where it will grow out quickly, even if you do get a bad bang haircut. We have profile pictures at work that show with every email we send and everything we send. And the last time I got mine done, because they have to be done professionally, I had a bob with bangs. And I feel like I look like a toddler with round cheeks. It's probably the round cheeks. But every time I see my profile picture, I'm like, ugh, I look like a toddler. Who's going to trust me professionally when I walk around looking like a toddler? All right. Still got to fold this. Just going to fold it now. This is going to be a cute little card. Thanks for the idea, Jason. All right. Let's see. Too short. All right. Let's do this. Let's pick a strip of paper to go across the bottom. I'm not going to say like it's the prettiest card I've ever made, but it's a scrappy little card. Ooh, I think this blue is on the back, so that'll tie it all together nicely. There we go. Make it all make sense. Make it make sense. There we go. Like that better. Okay, now we just need another piece. Oh, I got these little ladybugs. I like that. Let's put the ladybugs on it. I think I like them better when they don't go all the way to the edge. Yeah. See, and then someone can write right there. This could also be a pocket. Yeah, I've cut my son's hair for years. He won't let me touch it anymore, but I did cut my son's hair for years. I can't do the fade that I can't do the kind of job he gets done now. I give my dog haircuts now too. I got some new clippers for her that can actually get through all of her hair. And it saves me $150 every time I get her a haircut. It feels so good. Cost $150 to have her groomed. I spent a less than $100 on the equipment. And I actually, now that I've had some practice, think I like the way I clip her better than the way she used to get clipped by the quote unquote professionals. Okay. Just making sure this is all glued down. All right. Let's put this down here. Now you could put like a gift card in there or whatever. A note. That Taylor Swift card I made. We had, you know, I had a pocket in that one. And we put a note inside. That's where we all signed it. It was a little on a note and tucked it in the pocket. So you could also do that. Okie dokie. We made a card out of an envelope. Could it be a journal? Yeah, it could. You could just stitch in pages, but it can also be a card. Will it turn into a journal? Maybe later, but for now, it is a card and it has a pocket up here. Or you can seal that, whatever you want to do. But thank you, Jason, for the idea. All right, let's make some ATCs real quick. I've got the master board. Let's just do it. Having my bestie cut Frankie's hair tomorrow. Nice. Coarse, loose, curly hair. Oh boy. Yeah, mine is wild. A pretty wild hair. Okay, so off of the Scrap-a-thon list, I think we can check off wallets. Like, we explored that, we did that. It always feels good to check things off, so let me just check. We did wallets. Your dog goes to the groomer and you get a photo shoot of him when he is done by the groomer. It makes me laugh. Oh my gosh, I love that, Vicki. I do not get that kind of service here. Okay. So I've got these master boards. I just grabbed any random one. This one's very springy. Well, let me get one that's not so springy. Oh, this one's got fall vibes. These are definitely springy. Let's go fall vibes. And we're gonna make some little ATCs that I can put in my wallet and give people cheer. I think a 2.5 by 3.5 is the ATC size. Let me confirm before I cut this whole thing up. Just Google ATC. Artist trading cards, by the way, is what that stands for. Two and a half by 3.5. What do you know? She was right. 2.5. Angie, I don't know if you were here, but John and Jill love their trimmer like this. They were talking about the other day. I'm having, okay. What is the base of your master board? Oh, great job. Or great job. Great question, Karen. It is an old calendar. So it probably would have been good if I would have covered the other side before. That's what I would recommend. If you were gonna do what I'm doing right now, cover the back before you cut it into all these little strips and pieces, because now I'm gonna have to cover these individually. It's more efficient to cover it as a whole piece and then cut it. Oh my goodness. Not today. Not today. All right. All right, 2.5. Oh, this trimmer. Swashbuckle. All right, let's see. Where is 3.5? Three and a half. All right, we're gonna make a mark for 3.5. So the only thing is that this trimmer doesn't have a full ruler. It drives me bananas. So right there is 3.5. Sharpie to the rescue. I'll make a note for myself, 3.5. It's a little shy, actually. Nope, that's right. Okay. Fix that. It also doesn't like this layered paper. Okay, let's check my measurements. I mean, it's going to be close enough. Ah, it's perfect. Now this is going to give us some scraps. Let's get this side. See, that's going to be a scrap, and this is a scrap. More scraps, but we will be able to get 12. Yeah, 12 ATCs from that one calendar page, which is cool. That's plenty for to have on hand. Okay. I know there's those sticky rulers. I have not gotten one yet. Like you can get a sticky ruler to put on your trimmer. But I've never used one and have not gotten one. This one's really plain. That's all right. We have more scraps. We can fancy it up. You know what? I think I'll grab a Unity Stamp Co. stamp set. Maybe to put on these. All right. Looky there. All these ATCs. And each one's different. All right. And uniform. Oh, baby girl's birthday party. Okay. Oopsie, someone is already making meatballs. Sweet and sour meatballs. Side or dessert? Help, I just remembered I have to make something for my Mary Kay family holiday party tonight. Gluten-free and dairy-free. What do I make? Fruit salad, that's a good idea. A side. Gluten-free. What were the parameters? Gluten-free and dairy-free. Well, everything I have to make is dairy-free, so I'm accustomed to that. You could do like a rice dish. I think I'll make some of these with this little image. The Guardian Angel. This is from Deep Red Stamps. Not all of them, but some of them I'll make with this. That one I could probably just stamp right on there. Let's try it. If I don't like it, then I'll cover it up. Joining late. Glad to have a chance to say happy Monday. I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Hi, Nima. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. You're so awesome, Nima. I don't know. It was a picture of you and your hubby that I saw. And you're just so fun. And beautiful and sweet. Okay. I like it. And then we can put like a sentiment on the front or the back. I'll make one more with this little guy, and then we'll pick something more neutral, if you will. But see, these are kind of fun. I like this because I can leave this like on a grocery aisle or somewhere, and someone who connects with it can pick it up. I doubled it. Dun, dun, dun. It's not too bad, but my stamp did shift. I think we're going to cover that one though. We got lots of scraps. We can cover it. Besides, it's a masterboard of scraps. So of course it can be covered. All right. Problem solved. Good morning. How does the stamp look on the back? It is just a clean mounted rubber stamp. I don't know if we'll get all 12 ATCs done here, but I'm going to make a couple with you guys. All right. Problem solved. A casserole of sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, bacon, dried cranberries, and roasted walnuts drizzled with balsamic vinegar. Yes. So you would roast all of that in the oven, I'm guessing, Nima? Sounds delicious. You said you carved stamps for your... I did. I've carved a lot of stamps. I've actually started... Okay. You want to talk about that, Bethany? I mean, Angie? Yeah, I've carved a lot of stamps now. And I've started drafting. I want to see what y'all think of this. A new... we are going to get back to this, but I have to move it because the sketchbook I'm working in is large. I want to make a Granny Squares paper pack. So I'm just practicing. I'm making up stitches. Like, you know, how do you draw Granny Square stitches? So I'm like making up stitches for myself of things and then practicing Granny Squares in my sketchbook. I've got more sketches, more stitches, and more notes for myself. But yeah, from swans to Granny Squares. So what do y'all think of that? Would you want to craft with Granny Squared inspired? Like, because my mom crochets so much, you know, I think of crochet. And I've been thinking for a long time that I wanted to do Granny Square inspired paper pack. And now I'm trying to start one. I think I'm just a little nervous, like, will enough people even want that? I don't know. Okay. But I think it would be fun. Yeah. Okay, so let me grab some more stamps real quick. I'll put the Guardian Angel back. I got a whole bunch of Unity. Now I think of Penny when I see swans. Oh, nice. I've drawn so many swans, Angie. I had to take a break. So I went from swans to stitches, but yeah, I had to take a break. Okay, so like I grabbed these, like I'm not going to use these today, but like I have like these military ones, which would be great like around Veterans Day if you wanted to leave some kindness sprinkled around for the veterans or to have on you. So if you meet a veteran, you could give them, or a service member, that you could give them an ATC. I got this adorable little girl. And I like their sentiments always. Motorcycles. I mean, you could do anything. This girl riding a horse. I think she's too big for an ATC. But I liked the sentiments. Hard things become easier with you by my side. Every day may not be great, but great things happen every day. This girl cracks me up. She's got some sassy sentiments. And then this lady, and then look. I need to make something with this. I have not used this yet. I need to make Christmas cards with this. So I'm going to leave this on my desk because I really want to use it. I do not know how I'm going to show people my craft room on December 2nd. All right. I think she'll work on an ATC, but she'll cover up a bunch of it. It's the only thing. This girl could work. She'll be cropped. Let's just stamp them out. You exhaust me. But I just like the girl. Some of the sentiments I know I would never use. But this one could work. Sorry you're dealing with this. You know, sometimes we come across people who are having a bad day out in the wild of being with the public. So that would be a good one. I think it's this one right here. Did you say what you carved? Oh, no, I didn't, Angie. But I've carved some. I've carved all kinds of stuff. I don't have them in front of me. I have carved swans. I thought I had at least 2 on my desk. Apparently not. Swans, 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 backgrounds. I've carved all kinds of stuff. Carving is a whole lot of fun. Like, a whole lot of fun. Let's see what this stamp says. Because I'm not really sure. And it's too small for me to read. Sorry you're dealing with this. Yeah, I think that could work. You know, like I met this poor lady at Hobby Lobby who had been just completely berated by someone because she missed marking one of her things on sale. And the lady had just been so cruel to her. And I was the next customer for her. And I would have loved to have this card for her. And that was when I was like, oh man, I gotta restock the cards in my wallet. She's pretty great. She is pretty great. I'm just stamping her on an index card. So we'll use a couple of her, and then we'll put that, you'd buy granny square paper? All right, Vicky. You know, I figure I can't be the only one who has family members who crochet, and it's just, it's going to be cute. Let me, I can't see you. I can't stamp straight because I can't see my stamp. I can't really stamp straight anyways. There. Sorry you're dealing with this. I think that's kind of perfect. I think I'll want ATCs that say that. So again, these are just going in my purse to be random acts of kindness, or what we call rack cards, R-A-K. If you want more inspiration, you could just search rack cards. They don't have to be this size, you know, it's just easy to pop these in my wallet and share them out. Yeah, Angie, let me, one of the stamps I carved, I'm not using, like, so I used my hand carved stamps in different ways so far. But this is one that I carved that I do have handy because it's not really meant for any of my paper pads. I was just playing around. But let me ink it up and show you what it looks like. It's like mountains and brush. Again, not for any paper pads or collections that I'm working on. I just did this for fun. When I first got started, I just did it for fun. So let me grab an index card. Yeah. So, this is just me playing, and I was trying to learn how to do like a scene, but I have like, let's see, what do I got over here so you can see? Here are some of the others. Now this one's a much better scene. So this is the first scene that I carved. This is a swan scene. This one's much better. It's still not going to be like something that I sell, or it's, you know, it's not going to be like a product for you guys, but it was fun for me. So I'm just practicing my carving skills because I never carved stamps before. It's all new to me. And this one's a lot of fun to color, actually. So I stamped this one in my sketchbook a couple of times and colored it up. And this one was a lot of fun to color. So I think what I learned from doing this was that I would like to create some stamps that are scenes that you color. This isn't going to necessarily be one of them, but I do think that would be fun. So there's that one. And then I've done a lot of patterns. So now these are something that I'm using in the creation of my papers. So these are all ones that I carved and created patterns. And these I actually have used in my finished product. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. We could definitely carve sometime together if this is something y'all are interested in. But that's some of my stuff. It's really quite exhilarating for me creating these paper pads and stamp sets because I get to practice art skills that I normally don't practice. All right, back to our little ATCs here. And like the rubber stamp carving, I've never done before. So that, you know, I'm getting to learn new art skills, practice art skills, and then I'll get to make paper for all of you. That will become something even more magical because I can't tell you how amazing it is to put out, you know, paper or any kind of, I guess, product, crafty product, and then see how people use it with their creativity and see the things that they made. It's there's just something really, really awesome and special about it. By the way, my community tab here on YouTube, I'm still checking it, and I love the things y'all are making. I haven't been sharing it much, but I need to. I want to go back and case some of the things. Oh, like we could case Esther's. She made pockets for her ATCs. Ooh, we could totally do that. Okay, so there's our girly. I think she'll be really great on this bright background. Off to the side like this, and then we'll put our sentiment underneath her. Like this. And then let's put something behind her. Let's put like a flower or something behind her. Remember all these? These are from Sala. You could use that stamp for your craft roulette card this week. Oh yeah. The mountain one? Yeah. It's, I don't know if I'd like it, but yeah, I could. It's interesting because I haven't, you know, that was like my first one to do. And part of me wants to go back in and change it and make it better and make, you know, add more detail. But then another part of me kind of just wants to leave it and go, yep, that was my first attempt. Now, I'm not using, when I carve these, like the linoleum that most people carve into. It's not the medium I'm using. They call it, they're listing it as like rubber, but I really don't think it's rubber. I think it's just plastic. So I wonder how long they're going to last. I'm not really sure. I buy them very inexpensively on Amazon, the blanks that I'm carving into. And part of me thinks that they're not really rubber. I think they're just plastic. All right, we are going to put this behind the girly. And I don't have to fussy cut 100% of it, just because some of it's going to be tucked behind her. There we go. Like that. Bye, love you. Oh yeah, I got them. All right. I wish I had something that said like rude people can be so exhausting. To put it on the back of this because it kind of looks like she's like yawning. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let's make real quick like some little envelopes like Esther made. I will try to go back and find them. We can case them because I have been wanting to case the things that y'all make and post in my community. So today is the perfect opportunity to do that. And I've got all my scraps out. So there's one. Now I need to cover the back of it. You know, I still need to cover the backs of them. Or not. And people can go, oh, hey, that's a good idea. Maybe I should use my old calendar and make some random cards and set them in the grocery store. Yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot of different brands, Angie, on this. You know, this isn't a typical ATC, but if you're just leaving something in the grocery store, you could do 3x4 or any size. So the ATC card holder, I think, is basically something like this. This is one that, you know, I had made from scraps last time. But I think we can make something roughly this size. Oh, that'll work. Let me see what size this is. 3x4. Yeah, we all know about the 3x4s, don't we? Okay, cool. We can totally do that. So let's make, so I've still got 10 more to decorate. And then, in addition to that, oh wow, we've used up most of my big scraps. I only have a couple of pieces left. Can make little 3x4 envelopes for them. Do you want it to be, yeah, let's do that. Let's see how many we can get out of this. So, hey Karen, I'm still on because my kids are on holiday. My daughter's not even here. She's at a slumber party. So I could be on a little later. I will be letting you guys go soon, but we're going to make a couple of these. So I'm going to go ahead and take the last of my large strips and cut them down to these 3x4s so that I have little holders for these cards. Perfect. Let's do more. So we're just having a scrap-a-thon here. You're honored. Well, I'm honored that you share your inspiration with us, Esther. Thank you for posting in my community. I'm honored too. And I love the things you make. They're so inspiring. You make beautiful cards. Okay, so of course I want to case them. Let me find, oh good, my phone's fully charged. It was not when I first got here this morning. Okay, if you go to YouTube and you go to my page and view my channel, you can visit my community. And when you do it, looky there, look who's at the top. It's Miss Esther. Ooh, these are so cute. This is my Dashing Through the Snow paper collection. It's a digital. Oh, I love these. I love them, Esther. Thank you. Oh, look at Angie's. I know Bitty Penny said she likes stickers on journals, but hopefully Sparkle Heart will like the sticker on this card. Oh my gosh, she's gonna love it. Angie, this is awesome, and she's gonna want that. 4 weeks ago, I have been in here since then. It doesn't give me everything in order. This is from 4 weeks ago. I haven't seen this. Why haven't I seen this? This is fabulous, Linda. And I had it filtered by most recent. I don't know. It's just random. Beth's, see, this was 12 days ago and I've already hearted and liked it. I'm not ignoring anyone. It just doesn't show me things like it should. That's Beth's paper doll. So we made these paper dolls together. Maybe you were here for it, maybe not. Oh, sorry, just hit you. Sorry about that. This was Beth's version. Love her. And that pumpkin's glued into the hands, and I love the way she moves around. Oh, she's so cool. She's groovy. Come on. I don't even know how to work my own phone. All right. See, and that's from a month ago, and I hearted that. Okay, so these are all awesome. And now I'm looking for Esther's. I wish I could search. That's Megan's. So many cool things. If y'all want to see all the things that our friends here make, who share and post, you've got to go onto my community because there's so much. There's so many cool projects. And there's just so much inspiration. So Megan, this was 2 months ago, was focusing on using her stash, particularly products I've had for years and never used. This weekend I did 3 for. I use Lindy's Magicals, a honeybee background stamp, and Tim Holtz bird dies to use up scraps. See? So cool. There's just so much in here. Okay. I'm looking for Esther's ATC pockets. I mean, I think we're going to make up our pockets here, but I still want you to see. And look at this. I know that's a Heidi card right there. So lovely. So awesome. Yeah, I really wish I could search. That's an Esther sheet load. Because it's totally random, but at least you guys are getting to see totally. I have this card now. Linda sent this to me. Thank you, Linda. I love it so much. Jill Pound's bunch of ATCs, 16 masterboards cut up and ready for ATCs, just like what we're making here today. Esther using more Bitty Penny. Let's see. Oh, love those too. I have this card. It's Dr. Shrubs. He loved it. Okay, Esther, I keep seeing your stuff, but not, that's me and Angie. There they are. Fluffy Bitty Penny. Okay. This is her ATC pockets. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, I like that you stamped yours. You didn't even use patterned paper. It doesn't look like it. It looks like you used just plain white paper and stamped on them and then stuck your ATCs. I really like that. I've already cut up a whole bunch of these, so we're going to use them, but I really like what you did. So I think what I'll do is pull out my scraps, my white scraps, and I'll stamp and make the pocket that way. Okay. So let's do that. Let me get some stamps. This one's got butterflies, and I have my butterfly stamp out from the other day. This one. So let me get some of the smaller ones. Did I hit y'all again? I am so sorry. The girls just barely made it on the bus. Oh boy. Oh, Bethany, we have mornings like that around here. And if my girl doesn't make it on the bus, it's a long drive. So I'm always a little bit nervous if we're going to make it on the bus or not. I probably threw you off this morning because it's Monday and I'm here. But this week we're just going to use scraps, and we're just doing a scrap-a-thon all week long. And by the way, I will be here on Thanksgiving morning. I like to come on and do lives on holidays because I know not everyone gets to travel. Not everyone has visitors or, you know, all those things. And so I like to be someone's company if maybe they need it on a holiday. Holidays are hard for some. Some of us just get super jazzed and some of us have more difficult times. So I like to be here and hopefully bring a little joy to those that need it on holidays. So I will be with you on Thanksgiving morning. For those who are interested, it will be this usual time, the 5:30 a.m. is when I will be live. So Esther says, I used ivory scraps, scored and stamped them, and cut out at an angle, and only glued the sides. Yes, I love that. I'm going to use these white scraps. I like that you did ivory and black ink for the background and the pocket, because then your ATCs really pop. I like that effect a lot. Like I could turn this around and do a similar theme. I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut this one right here. See, and this could be the back of the card. That is also an option if I want to do black and white the way Esther did. Okay, so that's an option. And this is an option. Yeah, I think I like Esther's way. I think I like black and white. Oh, my stomach. She's making all kinds of sounds. And we're going to use a bigger butterfly. There we go. To go across. Hey, Pam. Pam. Pam, Pam. Have you slept yet? We have off on Wednesday, so maybe I'll do a live that day with the littles. Oh, that would be fun, Bethany. Gosh, we get the whole week off. When we went to Florida last year, this time we were in Florida, and we stayed at Universal at one of their hotels. And the guy who was checking us in is like, Texas. We had a bunch of people from Texas today. And he's like, he was a young man, probably freshly graduated from high school. And he was like, you guys get a lot of holidays off. And I was like, oh, do we? I mean, I don't know, because we've always, been schooled and schooling the kids in Texas. So I don't really know. And he's like, yeah, we are always in school and y'all are always out of school. I'm like, oh, I had no idea. I like that this just worked out, that the scientific name there. There we go. I like it. And then the back is already done. So yay. I really like that. Thank you, Esther, for such a great idea. Thanks for sharing in my community. Yay. Okay. And this little one. This little one doesn't have a lot of color. So, ooh, I actually like it this way, I think. And then we'll put the butterflies on. This will be my last thing for the day, you guys, and then I gotta go. I gotta go to work. Gotta go feed the dogs first. But I will be with y'all this week. I think I like this one like this. This paper has butterflies. Let's just make it so that the butterfly is flying up. Yeah, we'll do this one like this. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I hope you guys had fun. I had fun. I actually slept before watching today. Wow. Good, Pam. I mean, look, you do you, girlfriend. There is no bad. So if I say good, I don't mean that the other way is bad. We've all got to find our own rhythm when it comes to sleep and life. Okay, so Scrap-a-thon part 1, it's a wrap. Let me show you what we made. We made 2 ATCs and pockets. Super fun. I'll keep these in my purse. And then when I feel like somebody just needs a pick-me-up, or if I want to leave one in a supermarket on a shelf somewhere, I can. So those. Then I made a wallet style journal. This is a tag that decorates the inside. So this is made out of a business junk mail envelope. This is, in case anybody was wondering, and I haven't said it yet, I think these are called the Art Deco Girls from Sweet Pea Curiosity. And this is mixed media flowers from Sweet Pea Curiosity. And then just random pages. So a little mini junk journal. It has 20 pages in it. A couple of girls in the back. And I need to put something in this, but just like a little parchment glassine envelope and a couple of tags with ladies on them. So we made that. I really like this back a lot. So made that, and Jason was like, oh, I can make a card out of an envelope. And I was like, oh, yeah. So we made this card. It's like the wallet, still made out of an old junk mail envelope. and it's same basic style as the wallet journal, but it's just a card instead. And these ATCs, which now I have 10 more of these as well. And that's what we did today. I think we did well. What do y'all think? I think we did all right. And I used my scraps. I didn't use all my scraps. And it wasn't the fastest way to use my scraps, although I think we could have made a whole bunch of these. But it was a lot of fun. And I am excited. This is something I've actually really been needing, is the little cards to go in my purse. So I am excited. I've got 2 and 10 more on the way, which is about all I can hold in my wallet without them getting messed up. So I hope you guys have some inspiration now to use your scraps, some things to make, you know, use those junk mailer envelopes and make yourself some little journals, or make some for friends. You can make a bunch of these and have them on hand for the holidays. You can make a bunch of these and have them on hand for the holidays. Or if you don't have cardstock to make cards, just save junk mail envelopes and make cards from those. That's what I've got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun. I will be back. When will I be back? Oh, that's a good question. I think I'll be back Wednesday and Thursday this week. And then, of course, I'll be here on Saturday. And I think I'll round out Scrap-a-thon with a friend on Saturday. So that's what I've got for y'all. I'll be making, oh, Nima, you're making ATCs this week. Nima, do you want to come on and hang out with me on Saturday? I don't know if you have plans. If you just message me, and if it's not this weekend, don't you worry. We'll do it another weekend. But invitation extended, my friend. All right. Love you guys. I hope y'all have a super awesome Monday. Hi, Ave. It is 8:01 a.m. Central Standard Time. You're in Colorado? I saw that message last night. I don't know what time is it for you right now? Okay, yeah, you message me, Nima. And don't you feel any pressure at all. 0 pressure, because if this doesn't work, we'll find another time that does work. But you're more than welcome. Miss Linda, you have a great day. You guys, I'll see y'all on Wednesday. I'm waiting to hear. It's 7 there. Oh, okay. So just an hour behind. Mountain time. Is that mountain time? It's so hard to keep up with all the time zones. I think it is. All right, guys. Much love to you all. I'm going to put my stamps up and head off to do all the adulting that this girl needs to do today. And I will get Sparkle Hearts started on my D-stash. Maybe we'll have that up and running for Black Friday, but no promises. It'll be my last big stamp D-stash, but there may be over 100 stamps in it. I know. Let's not talk about that, okay? All right. Love you guys. Bye. Bye, Shay. Bye, everybody.